Pull a little red wagon. My Berlin Sport. Where's my cutter face? There it is. So I got a couple of things here that I got to open up before I start my live stream. It's already after 2. This, however, is DHL. If it's an IM, I'm gonna literally look at it and go, meh, and then I'm gonna be like, okay, so it's an IM, LZ Hi-Fi. Never even heard of that. Sounds like lazy Hi-Fi. That's a great idea for a product company. LZ Hi-Fi, lazy Hi-Fi. LZ A2 Pros, hybrid 3-driver unit. Pasta, I have no idea who sent this to me. Looking for LZ Hi-Fi, LZ A2 Pro. How fast I can rip this open and just give it my assessment. We want to get to the speakers. We want to get to some coaxial studio monitors and a matching subwoofer. Of course, it's one of the. We just put a blowhole in the box so it just doesn't get stuck. KKK. Jesus God Almighty. The manual is so long with streamers. It's like a CVS receipt. How does anything even work? Oh, I just want to get something out. Okay. Tips. Many. Case. Metal. Rebrand. Wire. 2-pin. To 3.5mm gold. I like the weave. It's nice and soft. I will say that. All right, let's get through this garbage. My new phone. My new phone's annoying me because it's the Xperia 3, Xperia 1, 3, and nice and tiny at least. I set 21:9 wallpapers on it, right? Because it's a 21:9 screen. I have a billion 21:9 wallpapers, and it's cropping them all. And then when I like bring down my notifications, it zooms it out slightly, and I'm like, what the fuck? Just give me the wallpaper and don't zoom in. Fuck. So I'm gonna try to figure that out. You're nice looking. You're nice looking. Should we do the subwoofer first then? Because here's the thing about studio monitor subwoofers. By the way, these are all sent by Fluid Audio. Pasta, look up Fluid on Amazon. Like fluid, like you drink fluid, water is a fluid, horse semen is a fluid, apple juice is a fluid, breast milk is a fluid. Lots of things are fluids. But did you know that audio could also be fluid? I've actually done fluid audio years ago. I did those big FPX ones that used to be, I think they're still like almost $1,000 a pair. They're like $450 a piece now. And those were the ones that were the most brutally revealing, like everything sounded like terrible. Not because it sounded terrible as a speaker, because to let you know everything's terrible, and you're like, fuck. Classic series, FC105. So this is their 10-inch subwoofer. And I was just talking about, keep this box intact in case I do sell this in the yard sale. A lot of times the subwoofers that come with like JBLs, Mackeys, and KRKs are all mildly lackluster because, you know, SVS and them corner the market on actual subwoofers. But what those subwoofers lack is the ability to hook up powered monitors via XLR. And when companies like JBL and them make a subwoofer specifically for studio monitors, one of the main things they do is they make sure it can take XLRs, and they charge you for it. So we've got a power plug and a pedal to kick it on and off. Put these things back. So, try to do this. It's reasonably priced. It's not the cheapest of the subs, but I like its design. Yeah, I've never seen a sub with a it's not even it's a diagonal down firing slot port. Yeah, because here's the fascia, here's the bottom, and there's the port, and it's a big, it's not like straight down and it's not forward. It's like, to hell with the floor in front of me. So I'm actually interested in hearing how that handles anything, because that's unique. Let's put that over here. Kind kind of looks like a Ford figure sticking out. And the back panel is as follows. Power plug, power switch, subwoofer bypass for the pedal, punchy bass or flat, interesting switch there. You have TRS, you have XLR output. You have a TRS, XLR, and RCA input with a ground lift if you wanted it to. Your phase adjustments here, your crossovers here, 50 to 200 hertz, and your input gain. All very small, like precision knobs. Not something you're supposed to go back there and just crank like an amateur. These are specifically for, like, I'm a professional. This is a professional speaker. Marking up there. And I'm going to make it work. So yeah, this is theirs. It's set to 110, which is nice to see. Let's move this back. It actually doesn't weigh much, like at all. Like it's maybe 25 pounds for a 10. That's impressive. Light. I do wish they finished that a little better because the slot, if it's up at a point where you could see it, the paint isn't quite as good. Anyway, moving on. So now these, which model are you? I looked you up yesterday. You are the FX80 coaxial studio monitor. And I'll unbox one and then I'll unbox the other one off camera because I think you could understand what the exact same thing again would look like. Let's get this out and show the actual box. Breathe. Fluid is, I don't even think they sell a non-coaxial speaker. I think everything they sell is coaxial, which means that the tweeter is inside of the mid-range horn or dome, or it's one cohesive sound location, which is both an advantage and very hard to tune. So very few places do that. CAF lives by that honor. Here's our book. This is the 8-inch version. I thought they were going to send me the smaller version, but they're sending me the 8s. So I'm desperately interested in hearing how that sounds with and without the subwoofer attached, because the subwoofer is a 10. And that won't pull up. Do I trust this bag? All right, we're going to trust the bag, and we're going to do that and that. That's an exercise in trust. So it looks like we have some screws and some rubber feet and a pad. I have 3 things here. 3 screws, which is odd. 2 flat heads and 1 rounded. I'm not sure what their purpose is. Comes with a power cord, which I almost never use. I have infinite power cords. Wrap that tape up. Let's see. Silica gel, don't let your cat eat that, throw that away. So the same material on the outside of this, it's a very fine vinyl like texture. They're definitely, oh my word. They're definitely going for the brutalist look. Let's look at the back of it first, then we'll look at the front. So you do get an RCA, you do get TRS 1/4 inch, and you get XLR. We have 2 caps here, which are for the screws in case you want to use the mount. So that's what these are, these rubber caps. Power switch. And then you have a series of 8 dip switches. 1 and 2 are high frequency shelf, which this is actually covering that. So everything's at 0, so that means there's no frequency shelf, there's no mid-range EQ boost, there's no acoustic space adjustment, and there's no low frequency cut filter. So you would adjust that way. Slightly annoying that it's that, but you do get a lot of switches in one convenient panel, and these are not that expensive. So, but oh, that is pro looking. So I think that's a power LED. The Fluid logo is rubberized for better grip. You get the 8-inch driver, and here is the floating coaxial soft dome. The last set of Fluids I looked at had a AMT in that spot, and it was real harsh, but they've got this far enough out and with its own waveguide so that it should project and not be too affected by the rest of this. Also, this 8-inch is deep set, so it's going to project quite a bit forward, and it's front ported like all proper studio monitors should be. And yeah, so I'm gonna get this hooked up at some point. You got to see it.